to remember that the media will actually drown us in the negative aspects of the news, right? Negative news sells. Positive news does not. I want to share a really interesting story kind of related to this. Has anybody ever heard of Cliff Young? Cliff Young? Cliff Young is a 61-year-old farmer in Austria. And he decided back in 1983, this is a true story, that he was going to join a race from Melbourne to Sydney, Australia. A running race that normally takes 6 to 7 days to complete. So he decided he was going to run this race. So he shows up to this race, and of course, we've got these athletes that have been training for years to run this race that takes 6 to 7 days to complete. He shows up, and of course, nobody really pays much attention. They kind of, he must be a spectator. But then he goes up to the table to take a number. Of course, everybody takes notice, and like, what's this guy doing? He's dressed in bib overalls, galoshes over top of work boots, 61 years old, and looks like a farmer, basically. And so somebody goes up to Cliff and says, well, so what kind of training have you had? They're thinking, we've been training for years for this. What kind of training do you have? And Cliff says, well, I've been chasing sheep for years. Sometimes I have to chase them for days. I figure if I can chase sheep for days, I can certainly win this race. Big joke. Race kicks off. Of course, all the athletes pass Cliff. Zoom, there they go. And it was kind of like, he was like a laughing stock because he wasn't running. Picture this guy in bib overalls. Actually, here we go. But that's not him at this particular race. Picture him in bib overalls. He actually, I think they call it the Cliff Young Shuffle. And that's how he ran. That's how he ran the entire race. All right, so this race, you're supposed to run 18, sleep for 6. Well, Cliff didn't know this. He ran through the entire night, every single night. And of course, nobody told him that he was supposed to be sleeping because they were sleeping while he was running. Well, guess what happened? Cliff won the race, and he beat the record by 9 hours. Beat the record by 9 hours. So the reason why I wanted to tell you this story is the moral of the story is this. Sometimes what you know can hurt you. Sometimes you can know too much. So if you're watching it, reading about it, if you're diving into it, inundating yourself with it, because you think you need it in order to succeed in business, think again. Sometimes what you know can hurt you.